Somebody gonna laugh at this hat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is another episode of It Is What It Is.
What it is, okay?
Well, we got Mad Mike Sports over here to my right. I'm your boy, just K Styles. Mike, where have we seen this? Where have we seen this story play before?
That Stone Cold lookalike, that was fired about what week 6, I think week 6 or 7. We've seen that before, and it's the same repetitive. This is the reason why I was like I kept telling people, don't believe anything that Raheem Morris is, and don't believe anything that Jeff Ulbrich is. All those dudes are nothing but fakes, and we saw it again today. When it all else fails, they run back to that cover 3 bailout scheme. I'm scared defense. You can't play defense. You can't play in the NFL being afraid of your opponent. You got to take it to them. It's the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And I know a lot of these. I'm about to block Derek Brick, so nice knowing you, sucker. But you can't continue as a coach to never learn anything. It's the same stuff over and over again. You never learn anything, and you run back to what you're comfortable with. And like I said, from what I've seen, man, I don't know anybody who in their right mind. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come here, don't come here trolling. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna get blocked. All right. So anybody that saw what Matt Ryan did today, man, like this man just showed once again that he's a Hall of Famer, and even Hall of Famers can't win games by themselves. Like this defense, literally, like how many times that we've seen this is like the 7th or 8th game this year where we went into the second half with leads, and these guys end up blowing the lead. 7 times this year that we've had the lead, and the defense have blown it this year. And Dan Quinn is gone. Everybody was saying that Raheem Morris was the savior. You know what I'm saying? All this, I want a black coach and all this nonsense, man. That shit don't matter, because when it comes down to it, when you're stupid, you're stupid. It don't matter if you're white, black, Asian. Motherfuckers are just dumb, all right? Raheem Morris is just an idiot, and you got a bigger idiot offensive coordinator. This dude literally called the whole game in run formations. I know you guys can go back to my film breakdowns, and I said this over and over again. We get in run formations just to turn around and use a play action or run formation to run play action pass. Not a running formation to run the ball, but we run formations just to pass out of them. You still haven't learned it. And when you get in trouble, when he gets in trouble, he wants to start to run the ball. Why are you running the ball when you're in trouble? They done scored 21 unanswered points, and now you want to start running the ball. Like, what are we doing, bro?
All right, I'm about to say, before we get to what I'm gonna say, Cortez Battle sent a 499 super chat. Said Sean Taylor had a sack on that last drive. I don't even know who the hell had the sack on the last drive. My thing is, it was just a tale of two halves again. Like everybody gets the blame in the second half of this game. Like I said,
what do we always say? We will always say every time.
60 fucking minutes. And I like I said, I have to give my Falcons the powder toast today for that one. I have to. like like I said, it's a broken record, bro. It's like whatever works in the first half, the other team adjusts, and then we go to the soft shell mentality. Like I said, once again, you saw the Falcons culture on display. It's a we can start, but we don't finish. And like I said, coach seen it up close and personal over here. Like I said, it's just bad to see this team find another way to lose.
What in the world, Bo?
Yeah, what in the world, Bo? You seen it up live. You
hey, hey man. So I was chilling. I don't know if everybody can see, but I'm chilling here in the suite for the game. We got the comfy chairs and everything. The only benefit in this particular situation, y'all, is that I enjoyed this loss in comfort, unfortunately. I apologize. But look, man. Hey, Bo. They need to do something. These coaches might well not even coach these last couple games, man. Because this right here don't make
no sense. Say that again. Say that again. Say that one more time. Say that last thing.
These coaches might well not even coach these last couple games. I don't know why in the world we call 2 timeouts whenever that early in the game. I mean, come on, man. What in the world? 31 points in the second half? Come on, y'all. What y'all doing? What
30 billing out. That bill, they go right back. I've said this, like I said, I've said this over and over again. Every time they get a lead, every time they get comfortable, they go right back to that cover 3 soft zone. It never fails.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like I said, for what I saw, like I said, the whole mentality of this team is soft. And it starts from the top all the way down.
I'm sorry, what you say? Say that one more time, K-Star.
I said it starts from the top, from the bottom. This franchise has a mentality problem as far as finishing, and we've been seeing it all year. And like I said, this was a culmination of it. I mean, because like I said, you come into a game with one game plan, which was basically run the ball, get some short throws, move the chains like that. Man. And it got you up 17-0.
Man, this road,
second half, Tampa Bay went with that philosophy and scored 31 points in the second half alone.
That man, they literally stole our exact game plan, used it against us, and this motherfucker had no clue how to stop it. I apologize for my language, but goddamn, like let's be honest. I don't know if anybody else saw this, but this dude was literally during the game on the sideline, looking at his play sheet, going like this.
Man,
that's no head coach.
Let's go ahead, Root. Hey man,
we head coach on it.
Hold on, let me go and get this right quick. Nick Turner asked, should we gut the whole roster and re-sign pieces?
No. Absolutely not. No, this team has great talent. But it's like I've said this over and over again, and I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter, but I have a picture of Bill Belichick, and he says all the time, good coaching, good players cannot outshine bad coaching. Don't matter what happens. Bad coaching is bad coaching. Don't matter who it is. That shit was like I said, man. The dude was literally on the sideline in his head, in the playbook, shaking his head like he had no idea what to do. So what did he do? Went into that cover 3 shell. Let me. This is what really outraged me. This is what outraged me. This dude had a practice squad cornerback. Okay, I forget his name, but it's Hall.
Oh, Tyler Hall. One-on-one with Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Bro, he got one-on-one with Antonio Brown with no safety help. This is your head coach. One-on-one, a practice squad player on the great Antonio Brown. Bro, what are you thinking about?
Well, I was about to say, where was Bleedy Ray Wilson? He wasn't on the inactive list.
Bro, this dude got I don't even know the dude's name. He one-on-one on the outside against Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a Hall of Fame receiver, and you got a practice squad player one-on-one with a Hall of Famer with no safety help. Zero safety help. That's fireable offense right there. That right there, that's fireable offense. Period. You can't even finish the season. You can't finish the season with that.
Like it's like I say, it's hard to say because it. Damn, I don't know what to say. It's like, bruh. I'm still in. I ain't gonna say I'm in shock, but I'm just gonna say, yeah. I mean, like I said, you ain't gotta gut the whole roster, but you definitely gonna need a overhaul of certain pieces because you got your core guys. They gonna be here for a while. Like I said, you got Fowler. He's gonna be on his contract. Gonna be prove it to me next season. You ain't like I say Grady is there, Dion is there. They need to resign Kiki because he was out there busting heads.
Oh my God, that dude was
busting heads.
Blood, but
you know how Tampa Bay countered them? Mm-hmm. They started to get the ball out of Tom Brady's hand quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The receiver make plays. Bruh. I'm just saying. I'm wearing this hat because I almost snatched my hair. I think my hairline went back about 2 inches after.
Oh my God! I'm not even worried about the offense, man. Like I said, I expect the offense to be up and down because of our offensive coordinator. But what I saw on the defensive side of the ball was just absolute. It was the same stuff. It was the same exact stuff. There's absolutely no excuse to leave a practice squad cornerback on an island by himself. You got to go to cover 2. I don't care if it doesn't work. You cannot allow that man to be on an island by himself. This is exactly what happened to Isaiah Oliver. The exact same stuff that happened to Isaiah Oliver. And you see now when he went out, the defense when he went out, that's when they start. That's when they went on the run. Isaiah Oliver, that dude has really that dude has played his behind off. And he deserves a game ball for the way he played today. You know what I'm saying? But when he went out, man, they start destroying him. They start going at Sheffield. They start going at Hall. And you know what I'm saying? Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in the game. I thought he got away with a lot of physicality. He was pushing AJ Terrell all over the field, and they wouldn't call anything. But I guess. I mean, I don't like it. But you got to earn your stripes in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what. The more that he continues to play, he'll get better. But I just thought even in the second half of that game, it was just like they were determined to make the Falcons relive that 28-3 over and over again. Because those calls, what they were saying, it's like the dude got pushed in the back. You call a personal foul on him. It's like he literally got pushed in the back. I mean, they call some. I've never seen two penalty plays being enforced at the same time. I don't remember ever seeing that. They had 2 penalties in one play. Both of them was accepted. Both of them. This is exactly what we saw all game. Like I said, man, we didn't do ourselves any favor, but the play calling, but the refs was just absolutely atrocious today. You know what I'm saying? It was just atrocious.
You know what I say? You know what I say to that? I can't even say that because the team shouldn't have been put in a position to where these
Put in
referees
position.
put
Exactly.
because like I said, that goes for everybody. Everybody played bad that second half. Like I said, Matt Ryan played bad that second half. Really looked bad that second half. Like I said, Gurley, he looked terrible.
Gurley like he should never even play football again. I'm just gonna be real, man. I love the Gurley man, but he looked like he was just done.
Yeah.
Done. No confidence whatsoever.
Like the only player I saw in that second half that was playing his ass off was Grady Jarrett.
Ito was balling. I gotta get Ito the ball too, man. Ito was balling his ass off, man.
Yeah,
he was balling his ass off.
But the thing about Ito is, why don't you stretch him out? You can't be running him up the gut like that.
When you get him in space, he's a very good player.
Hey, like I said, and William Warren. Hey, who's the one guy I always say that's been showing out the last couple of weeks? Who I told you was one of my favorite players, and this guy could agree with me. Matt, no, not him. Matt, I was about to say Matt Gano. I've been drinking, so it looked like Matt Gano right there, but it just said let Matt. But like I said, Matt Gano played well. Why you got McCrary at the left guard position if you know Caleb is playing? Just move Gano in that left guard spot. Gano can play that spot. Like I said, it's the Falcon culture, bro. That should have been a time where the leaders should have stepped up and say, "We gonna take this staff. We gonna take this game over." That's where the leaders should have been at.
I'm very disappointed in just the coaching staff. More, it's like you gotta have they don't do anything when things aren't going well. They don't call a timeout to rally the troops. At least do that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what's going on, if you got the players that were tired, that were sucking wind in the second half, not one timeout to kind of rally the troops to kind of get these guys. You didn't see any coach on the sideline, giving these guys an inspirational speech or anything. Like he was just, like I said, it was literally during the game while I saw Raheem Morris on the sideline with his hand looking at the playlist, and he was just like, he literally said, if I can find that shot, I'm going to show you that shot. But the dude was literally in his playbook shaking his head. He had absolutely no clue what to do. It's absolutely like I've never seen bad coaching, but this is the worst coaching staff that we've had in a long time. This is the absolute worst coaching staff that we've had in a long time. And I got to give now I'm not saying that Mike Smith was great. They towards their end, they had absolute. I mean, it was exactly like this. They had no clue what to do. All they would do is just go and cover 3 shell, and that's what coaches do when they have no clue what to do. They just go and cover 3 shell. That's what happened to the Falcons. That's what happened to Mike Smith in Tampa. He had no clue what to do, and he went in the cover 3 scheme. So it's like. Why are you a head coach? Why are you calling out Matt Ryan? Why are you calling out all these players when you are like I said, I don't know, Jew, if you saw this, but like I said, this dude was literally on the sideline looking at his playlist like he had absolutely no clue what to do. He had no clue in what to do. Let everybody know what you feel, Jew.
Hey, can y'all hear me first before I go into my little rant?
Yeah.
Having technical difficulties, but I was watching some of what y'all said, and I agree with you. If you're talking about on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side of the ball, y'all know I said in our chat, like, bring pressure. Like if y'all noticed in the game, Tom Brady cannot move anymore. He never was great at. He's never was a great runner, but he could move a lot better when he was in New England when he was younger in the pocket. Anytime they made him move off his spot, he was skipping balls. He was throwing balls short of the receiver. And I really feel like they should have brought more pressure because Tom Brady kind of got into a rhythm. You seen once he got into that rhythm, it was kind of like reminiscent to the Super Bowl. Like when he got in the rhythm, it was like no stopping him. And that's why I felt like today, like I kept saying, bring pressure. And it wasn't that I want to even for it to be obvious. I like the way that they brung those zone blitzes in the first half, where they brought Deion Jones on one of those blitzes.
Those zone blitzes, they were working. They were working.
They brought, I think Sherrod Neesmith came off real clean one play and had a sack. And that's what I wanted to see later on in that game. I didn't want to see them drop back into that zone because I know Tom Brady, he'll pick that zone apart. You know, he knows where to go with the football. He's too accurate of a quarterback when you don't put pressure on him. So I already knew what was going to happen. Like when y'all putting in the, in our chat, here we go again. I pretty much knew what was about to happen because I seen that they were too scared to blitz. Like I once was told, scared money don't make money. Like you have to be creative. You have to be willing to take risks. It is risky because you could get burned. If you blitz, you can get burned if he makes the right read. But I'd rather you put him on his back and make him flinch. If you watch early in the game, we had Tom Brady flinching in the pocket. A lot of those times he didn't want to take that big hit. So he would pull the ball down. There was a couple times where he could have released it, but he was like, man, I don't want to get hit in my ribs. I don't want to get hit in the chest. So I'm going to just pull it down and take the sack. And that's what I wanted to see them do later on in that game. I didn't want to see us play all of that off covers. Like you heard on the telecast, they be coaching the Falcons from the booth.
They said it. Yes,
like,
most was screaming. Like, why are you 10 yards away from them? Like you gave them, they was literally 10 yards off the ball. And I'm screaming to myself, what the hell? This is Tom Brady. You don't give Tom Brady an easy throw.
Exactly. He gonna pull up and throw it.
You talk about that defense when they was in the 3-down lineman and everybody was at the first down. I got a new nickname for that defense. That's gonna be the OnlyFans defense.
Yeah, that's not trash, man.
That ball was wide open, man. Spread it open. Spread eagle, bro.
It got bust wide open.
Wide open.
Like I said,
Tom Brady, dog. You can't do that with Tom Brady.
And like Shell said here, the slogan for this season is "Here we go again."
Here we go.
Go again. Man. Hold on. I got look. I'm gonna have to put it up here because this do I still have it? Do I still have it? But basically, this is us. That sums up the whole season right there. You
just shut up. All right, y'all shut the fuck up. Like I'm sorry, I gotta say this, but just shut the fuck up, okay? Anybody that say anything about Matt Ryan this game, y'all some dumb motherfuckers, okay? Y'all literally are dumb. I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe, but you motherfuckers are stupid. If you think that had anything to do with Matt Ryan, this game had anything to do with Matt Ryan, we lost this game because of Matt Ryan, you really are just a dumbass hater, okay? Just stupid as hell. This ain't time to be trolling. Let's be real. This is real football fans. So all the real football fans, I want you guys to subscribe to this channel. I don't want anybody here that's going to come here just to damn troll over dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. This is about being real fans. This is about sharing real knowledge. Okay? This is not here to troll. If you want to troll, you take your ass to Logan or you take your ass to goddamn Rise Up Rundown. You take your ass to Jazzy Jeff. But over here, we don't troll. We want real football fanatics over here. All right. We want real football fans. It don't matter if you're a Saint. It don't matter if you're a Packers fan. You can be a 49ers fan. We want real fans over here. So let's stop all this stupid hating. Like let's stop. This dude literally just broke an NFL record. The one and only Peyton Manning, Matt Ryan just surpassed him and Drew Brees. Just broke, okay? Just broke an NFL record. No quarterback in the history of the game has ever done this, and you sit up here saying it's Matt Ryan's fault. Let's stop it. Stop it.
I want to piggyback on what you just said, Mike. Hey, look, we want knowledgeable fans over here. That's what I want. We want knowledgeable fans. Like, if you can't keep it real. Like I knew all of the Matt Ryan haters were gonna come out the woodworks because we lost the game, but at the end of the day, let's be real. Like I went and looked at the actual box score. We only ran the ball 13 times today. Like you're not gonna win a lot of games when you're that imbalanced. We threw the ball 49 times and we ran the ball 13 times. How many times this year, K Styles, have I said run the ball at least 25 to 30 times? We undefeated. We 4-0. Every week, it's a part of the keys to victory. That should be our only key to victory because it seems like we just have hard heads, man. We refuse to run the ball. Like today, Ito Smith early in the game was actually running the ball pretty well, but what happened? We went away from it. Like when you have the lead, I'm gonna keep telling fans like this: no lead is safe when you can't run the football because you're really predictable when they know all we can do is pass. You kept hearing on the telecast, Moose Johnson kept saying the whole game, they can't run the ball. So why are y'all biting on the play action? Like he kept talking about that. And I feel like that's the biggest problem I'm seeing with this Falcons team is the coaching. And we're continuously making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Instead of continuing to run the football, to blitz, to do the things that are working, we continue to go away from what works. And that's pretty much what we've seen today. It's like we had the lead in the second half. The lead started to dwindle. And then Dirk Cutter panicked. And he tried to start running the football once the game was on the line. Once we were actually, the other team was coming back, the Bucs were coming back, then he wanted to try to run the football. So, man, we're going to continue to talk about this coaching staff, but at this point, this was just a nail in the coffin. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it over and over again. This is just a nail in the coffin. But I see you guys in the chat, everybody then dropped off. So I'm gonna try to hold it down while they get back on here. Let's see what we got in the chat. It's not the NFL against us and Arthur Blank tanking, but it's the creative way to keep us occupied and watching and buying Falcons products. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't think we're tanking though, but I think that's really true that we're gonna continue to watch the game. So I completely agree. But I'm just disappointed in the way that we continue to lose the same exact ways over and over and over again, every week in and week out. It's just like it's terrible the way that we going to each one of these games, we had a lead and then we go away from what's working. So yeah, I can't put it all on Dirk Cutter. I put some of this blame on Raheem Morris as well, because like Mike was just saying, when we get the actual lead, he goes away from what's working. They go back into that cover 3, soft zone coverage, the cornerbacks 10 yards off. And we see every week pretty much the same thing happens. The Falcons jump out to a big lead, and then teams are able to walk us down and come back. Let's see who else is in the chat. What's this person saying right here? Mr. Hawkins, have you ever seen 2 penalties stacked on top of each other? I never have. I don't know. That was a weird situation. I mean, the refs in this game was terrible as well. Some of the calls that they made in this game, that one call I think you're talking about was on when the guy got blocked in the back, the kid Hall, number 44. Yeah, I've never seen that where they had him do the repunt, but the refs were bad in this game. Even at the end of the game, where they called the first down, where the ball was clearly still behind the chains, which it should have been 4th and short, like 4th and inches. But the refs, I mean, you got to take the ref element out the game, because every week or every game, I mean, even in the Detroit game early in the season with AJ Terrell getting that actual, I think it was like roughing the passer or something like that on Matthew Stafford when it was a clean hit or helmet to helmet. These refs are always going to make bad calls, but that they have it out for Atlanta Falcons for whatever reason. The Falcons, we always get the short end of the stick when it comes to when it comes to the refs. It seems like we're always on the short end of the stick when it comes to that. So I try to take the ref element out of it.
All right, man. What's going on? StreamYard won't let me be great right now.
Hey, it ain't letting nobody be great, man. Everybody dropped off. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to man the ship.
Hey, that's why they call you the calm before the storm for a reason.
There you go. What do you say, Jew? Please tell these dumb fans coaching is trash and not Matt. I mean, they should already know. We've been talking about this all season long. Like Matt was dealing in the first half. He was dealing. I mean, he showed you what he can do. I mean, we were seeing vintage Matt Ryan. Some of those throws he was making, like that throw that they showed that he made to Hayden Hurst on that slant pattern, was just crazy. The way that he was able to, get that ball in there. A lot of people talk about Matt Ryan having a noodle arm, but you seen his arm strength on that play to be able to fit that ball that accurately. I think it actually hit the defender's arm, and Hayden Hurst to come up with a good catch. I mean, we can clearly see that this has nothing to do with Matt Ryan, that this is all terrible coaching. Like I said, when you're imbalanced, the way that we're imbalanced, well, we can't even run the football, where we even refuse to try to run the football. You just attempting 13 runs in a game, and you got 49 passes in a game. That's clearly coaching, because one of the big things that we got to take away from that is you're continuing to stop the clock. Like in the position that we were in, up 17, like the clock is your friend at that point when you have the lead. So you want to run the football and at least get some first downs to keep the clock running. And I feel like in this game, we went 3 and out. I think the first 3 possessions of the second half, and they went down and scored touchdowns. So I mean, it's easy to get back in the game. Like people got like a 17-point lead is insurmountable. But when you got a whole second half to play, that's not. It's just the same way we jumped out to 17-0 in the first half. It was pretty much like all Buccaneers in the second half. So, I mean, that lead was not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. So,
hello, you got Jeremy Cole here with the $5 super chat. He said, do the running game suck because of scheme, O-line, or running back? And do we trade back in the first round for Najee Harris? 37 rushing yards with a lead.
Yeah, man, we just talking about the scheme is terrible. Like all we seeing is draw plays. You talked about it, K-Styles. Like we act like we only have one play in the playbook that's a run play, and that's either shotgun, draw play, or I formation, HB blast or HB draw out of the I formation. ISO, that's it, man. Yeah, man, we run the same exact run plays. Like it seems like we never run outside. When we actually run outside, you seen Ito Smith actually get a decent gain. I think he got like a 5 or 6 yard gain when they actually did. I think it was like some type of. It wasn't even a toss. It was like a one outside run that they did over the right hand side, and he actually got some yards because he had a lead block. It was like in an I formation, but for whatever reason, Dirk Cutter doesn't like to run on the edge. He likes to just run up the gut every time. I don't know, what's up with that. But Najee Harris, I mean, I think he's gonna go super high in the first round. So I'm a Travis Etienne guy because I like his explosiveness, and I think he's a guy that not only can run the ball, but you can use him catching the ball. But I really don't think that the problem is necessarily the running backs necessarily. I just think it's scheme. I feel like if we had a better offensive coordinator or offensive mind here, if we kept all the running backs that we currently have, maybe minus Todd Gurley because he's probably not coming back after this season due to his injury history. But as far as the guys that are on the roster, Brian Hill, Ito Smith, and we haven't even seen Quadre Olison pretty much the whole season. So I really don't even think we necessarily need to draft a running back high. We could draft one, but I don't think it has to be one of the top running backs out of college.
I don't know. Najee Harris looked pretty damn good to me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, scheme. Yeah, that's it. We have to remember this is an intermediate to deep ball scheme that Dirk Cutter has. Like I said, well, what we always say, Jew, if the quarterback doesn't fit the scheme, it's not gonna look good on the field.
That's right.
For 60 minutes. And I hear a couple people pretty much talking about Matt Ryan's not worth being a $30 million a year quarterback. You have to remember, the free agency market, the player doesn't determine what his worth is. It's the market. I'm about to say, for $30 million, you blame Garoppolo for that one. That's all I can say on that one.
Well, I don't think people realize that Matt Ryan, his actual deal that he signed with the Falcons, is really like I don't even think he's probably what, the 7th or 8th highest paid quarterback. Like, I think he's not, because all of these new guys that just got signed, like Deshaun Watson, Pat Mahomes, he's not even the highest paid quarterback. Like, they act like his contract is like one of the biggest contracts, but it really isn't. He's really like a discount for what we got Matt Ryan for right now.
Oh, they said, I think I know what you're talking about, because they say he was like 15th
highest
paid quarterback in the league.
Yeah, because the deal he signed was like really team friendly, because like you was talking about, the cap continues to go up, the salary cap. So all these younger quarterbacks that just got signed, they're making more money than Matt Ryan. Like, even though Matt Ryan has the experience and he has, all of the accolades, like the offensive player of the year, rookie of the year, MVP, like a lot of these guys, like Deshaun Watson makes more money than Matt Ryan. Pat Mahomes makes more money than Matt Ryan. So all these people that's like crying and complaining about Matt Ryan's contract, to be honest, we're actually getting a steal with Matt Ryan. Like, if we were to get rid of him and bring in like another younger quarterback, because the salary cap has went up so high, like you were talking about, K-Styles, they're about to be nearing $40 million a year for these quarterbacks. So we got a steal.
Okay, so yeah, so I got Bruce Wayne says, give me your thoughts on draft order. Free safety, D tackle, D end, guard, wide receiver, running back. Yay or nay?
I would say nay.
Yeah, I would go nay on that one, because we need a pass rusher badly.
Yeah,
we need a cleanup guy.
Yeah, we need a pass rusher and we need a defensive tackle before we need a safety. Because if you look at like the teams that actually have great pass rush, you don't need a great secondary when you got great pass rush. I talk about that all the time. Like, if you look at the Chiefs corners, they don't have great corners. Yeah, they have the Honey Badger. He's a great safety, but that's one player. Like, out of the whole secondary, you can't, like, if you told somebody on the street, just name me who plays for Kansas City secondary last year when they won the Super Bowl. They got guys like Rashard Breeland, who was on the Washington Redskins for years. They got guys that you've never really heard of. Go ahead, K-Styles.
You have to correct that. It's the Washington football team.
Okay, yeah, the football team. You got it. The Washington football team. Yeah, but when Rashard Breeland was playing for them, they was a Redskins. Yeah, you're right. The Washington football team. But they don't have a great secondary. You always, if you talk to any great football coach, GM, you build from the inside out, point blank in the period. You start with your center, your guard, and you work your way out to the outside. The way that we kind of built this team, we started with our, the wide receivers. We have all, and we didn't work from the inside out. And then what Thomas Dimitroff tried to do is he tried to backpedal. And that's why I talked about it previously. Like, we had to take Caleb McGarry and we had to take Chris Lindstrom, because the 2 years before they were here, you guys know Matt Ryan was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care how many weapons you have on the outside. If you can't protect your quarterback, you ain't going to be able to use those weapons on the outside. I mean, we showed that early in this game. If you look at Tom Brady, they got three number one receivers over there in Tampa. You got Evans, you got Brown, and the other kid, that number 14, Godwin. You got those guys. All of those guys on other teams could be number one wide receivers. But if you can't protect the quarterback, when we were getting pressure on Brady, it didn't matter. They had 0 points in the first half. We shut them out. That goes to show you, like, if you can't protect, it doesn't matter. It's all about being physical. It all reverts back to moving another man against his will. We talk about it every week. And that's the problem with this Falcons team. We don't run the football. Because I hate to say we can't run the football, because when I say that, it makes it seem like we can't do it. No, we're refusing to run the football. It ain't that we can't do it. We're making a choice that we're not going to run the football. When you run the ball 13 times, that's a choice. That's a choice. That's not saying that they locking us down and they shutting us down. That's the choice that Dirk Cutter's making, that I'm not going to run the ball. I'm going to sling it across all over the yard. And we've seen it don't work.
You run a tight end screen instead of running the ball. What are we doing?
they tried to run the pretty. They tried to run the pretty plays.
What are we doing? Just take a half a second to think about it. You got Quadri Olison, you have Edo Smith, you have Todd Gurley, you have an offensive line. These guys are very skilled offensive linemen, okay? They are very skilled. Don't let anybody tell you that the Falcons don't have a skilled offensive line. It's absolute hogwash. Why? Because the Falcons had under Mike Smith, all right, under Mike Smith, that offensive line, we had one, Harvey Dahl, a guy that wasn't undrafted. We had two, Todd McClure. Todd McClure is a late round pick for himself. These guys had a veteran. They had even what's the other name? Todd something. I always forget his name, but Falcons had a right tackle that wasn't drafted, a left tackle, the right guard, the left guard. Like everybody on that offensive line was late pick or weren't even drafted. So you don't necessarily have to have skilled offensive linemen. What you need is that mentality and the skill and the scheme and the willingness to commit to the run. The Falcons don't want to commit to the run. These offensive linemen know going into the game that they know they're going to be going backwards. They know they're not going to be run. So you come out. I said in the very beginning when we started this game, when we were in the lead, I said I did not. I tagged all you guys. We had the conversation in the chat. I said I do not like the pace of this game. We are absolutely refusing to pass. We're refusing to run the ball. This is going to eat our ass up in the second half. We got the lead. We're up 7-0. And three possessions in a row, we started out all three of those possessions passing the ball with the lead. That's your chance to commit to the run and start experimenting with the run. He didn't do that. It's almost an arrogance. We're going to pass the ball and we're going to get to you. And guess what? I say it all the time. When you go in a game with that arrogance against any NFL team, they are going to adjust and they're going to make plays. That's what's wrong with the Falcons. They are so egotistical and they are so arrogant. They think they're just going to sit there and pass the ball on anybody and everybody. You can't have that. You got to respect your opponents. The Falcons don't respect their opponents. All they want to sit back and sit. Like I said, all they want to do is sit back and throw the ball. And anytime you have that mindset, I'm a passing team, this is what we do, you're already disrespecting your opponent. You got to. The NFL has changed. You must have creativity. This is why I love Buffalo right now. Buffalo, you have no clue from game to game what these dudes are going to do on offensive side of the ball. They never come out with the same stuff. They're always going to have a wrinkle or two in their offense. It's all about creativity. When the Falcons got more creative on the defensive side of the ball, they start using the zone blitzes. They start using Deion Jones. They start using Foye Oluokun. They start using Isaiah Oliver in the slot as a safety. They start bringing in Sherrod Neesman, and they took out Ricardo Allen. And you see what Keanu Neal. It allowed Keanu Neal to be who he is, physical and like a hard-nosed hammer guy. That's how you do it. It's all about creativity in this NFL. You cannot continue to do the same stuff on any team. The worst team in the NFL can destroy you with that arrogance. And that's what's wrong with the Falcons. They are arrogant, and until they realize they have to respect their opponent, we're going to continue to get embarrassed.
So basically what you're saying is it's the culture.
It's the culture. They are arrogant. They are arrogant as hell. They think just because you have Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, and these guys are Hall of Famers, absolutely they're Hall of Famers. But even Hall of Famers going to have their day. Mm-hmm. So you can't hang your hat on just, I got Julio. He's the best receiver in the history of the game. He very well could be. But guess what? The other team got Hall of Famers. They got great players. They can make plays, and that's what's wrong with the Falcons. Until they learn to respect their opponent with their game planning, we're going to continue to see this.
So my question would be more so is for this next coach. Well, before we even talk about coaches, we're going to have to talk about this GM. What's going to be the culture he wants to bring? because, like I said, we see right here, like you say, this is a passing team. Passing team does not that when people see a team that's pass happy like that, they already looking at them like y'all ain't tough. Basically, coming there and eat.
What they doing? They lifting them chops, man. Them pork chop, boy. Them pork
Exactly.
chops. Boy, they ready. They ready for it. You know what I'm saying? They cannot wait for you to come out passing the ball because they know they're gonna get you. And when they get to you, they gonna. You saw Matt Ryan today hold his gut. Why? Because he continuously got hit. Got hit. You cannot continue with that arrogant mindset, and that's the Falcons' issue. Arrogant as hell. Miss Megan, how you doing?
Man, how y'all doing? I had to get up on here because look, Mrs. Claus failed y'all. Because I honestly, Santa Claus had a good night. I thought that he was gonna bring the Falcons a win, but guess what? We didn't do that. We never have anything that match.
Peanut butter, no jelly. Cereal, no milk. Ham, no burger. Ain't nothing right.
Taco,
Lord,
no sauce.
I mean, come on, y'all. Come on, man. That's all I got to say.
Bruh, hold on. This comment, this super chat is actually gonna sum up what this whole season been like. This is my time in league.
At least we got a kicker.
At least we got a
kicker. At least we got a kicker.
You know how bad that sounds. You know how bad that sounds if somebody tells us at least y'all got a kicker?
Well, at least y'all showed up today. Yeah. Yeah. That's the story of the Falcons' life.
Yeah, Falcon said chips, no dip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, PlayStation 5's no electricity. Like, really?
Kool-Aid. I'm gonna go ahead and put that picture up because you know he's the only one that's the only person that's gonna get some recognition today. Because
exactly.
Dang, we got a lot of pictures up in here.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, until we have a coaching staff that respects their opponent, I think the Falcons really don't respect their opponent to be able to because again, man, they keep coming with the same exact game plan. Don't tell me like I seen the film. You can't tell me these not the same concepts every game. Like even on the near pick on the sideline where he was trying to, I believe it was it may have been Calvin Ridley. We tried to hit Calvin Ridley on the sideline. It almost got picked off. It was the exact same thing. They come out in a run formation and they run play action off of it with the exact same route concepts. That's the issue. The Falcons in the last couple of games, in the last, he has no control. But hey, that's man.
Exactly.
All right.
Be looking at this
like that's oh my god. This I just this off the blank, man. I'm just gonna be real. This is what I would do. I would strip Raheem Morris of his duties of being a head coach, and I would just give all power to Greg Knapp. I would just at this point out, I wouldn't even let them even have the the privilege to even coach this team because they're doing a horrible job. Nothing has changed.
I feel
Not
like
a thing has changed.
Everybody that's kind of banged up anyway, just let them sit on out the rest of the season. Mm-hmm. Let some other guys get some touches and things like that because at this point, it's over with. It is over with. I don't even want – I'll probably cuss out Morris if Julio Jones come back this season. He needs to just go ahead and let it go because what is there to lose now? It's like it's over with. Let's look forward to the next season.
You got Julio Jones. I saw Julio. See, this is why I say I don't respect this coaching staff. Julio Jones was having a conversation with Calvin Ridley on the sideline, and he's looking at Calvin like he's telling Calvin Ridley. He was like, no. He's looking at Raheem Morris, and he was like, no. Go back. Like I said, if I can find these shots, I will show it to you. Julio Jones is on the sideline. He's talking to Cavalry, and Raheem Morris comes up, and Julio looks at Raheem Morris. He said, no. Do this. And Raheem backed away from it and let Julio take that situation. That should never happen. That should never happen. When your superstar player doesn't respect the coaches, it's a problem. It's a problem, okay?
Mike, what's up that creepy ass? You scared me right now. It's a problem,
okay? Yeah, it's a problem.
Don't do that no more.
I'm trying not to go crazy. That's what's really going on. I'm trying not to goddamn go crazy. It's a problem, okay?
Hey, I'm about to say I got a question, Mike. I got a question. You said Julio. You was talking about Julio talking to Ridley, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, but I saw Julio Jones more interactive with the team than Raheem Morris did the whole game.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Oh, my Lord.
It's a problem. It's a problem, okay?
Okay.
I'm not making this up.
That boy coming with the tales from the Crypt vibes over here.
Yeah, from the crib. Hey, man, we got to have fun, man, because these dudes about to drive. This coach is saying about to drive me crazy, man.
So let's
Lord Jesus.
So I got a question for the people in here. So what should be? He said, let's drop the Rise Up slogan and create a new one. So what would be y'all slogan for this team for the rest of the season?
Just fucking win. That's the slogan.
I just want to hear the funniest one. Like that. But you said just fucking win.
Yeah.
The slogan should be finished.
Just run the goddamn ball. How about that? Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball.
There you go.
When all else fails, run the damn ball.
Run the ball.
We still talking about this, what? Almost 4 years later? Run the damn ball.
Don't choke.
Hey, I have to use Twisted Tour. See,
we got Popeyes. That Popeyes ain't helping us today. We choking on that bread. That biscuit. Exactly. Need a little water.
Cinco Mo said lemon pepper.
We have no leader. I love these comments.
Hey, look, Bruce Wayne said hashtag show up.
All of them are funny. Go. These damn Falcons. These damn Falcons.
Hey, hold on, wait a minute. I saw one that made me laugh. Hold on. Here go Nathan. Second half matters. That was from Humble Brando. That was Humble Brando. He said second half matters.
We only play one half.
One half shorty. How about that? One half shorty.
Yeah, they could keep that dry ass biscuit today because we ain't with it. I
got the perfect slogan for y'all. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Perfect. It's 60 minutes in a game.
60.
We always start out good, but we can't finish good.
Hey, somebody just put what you call in timeout. Like I said, we ain't up with that dumbass shit today. Ain't no dumbass shit today. Ain't got time for that stupid shit. Keep saying the same dumb trolling shit over and over again. Like I said, we want educated. No, I got it.
Okay.
Hey, I'm about to say I have to use Twisted Torches hashtag on this one. It's gonna be what is that? That's the best way to put the team. What is that?
Tighten up.
GGG, Triple G, thank you for staying on top of it. I appreciate it. We don't want that. Like, if you're gonna come here to say the same stupid stuff over and over again, you don't really need to be here. At least add something to the conversation, bro.
This kind of go in the lines of what I was saying, that we are first half champs. We definitely are.
So basically, you said we a 30-minute team.
Mm-hmm. They come out like, oh shit, we still got game to play.
Is that? Hold on.
They put their lunch pails back in the closet. Like, wait a minute. It's a break.
Hey, look, Tyrone Juice said, at least we have Trey Young and John Collins.
All right, yeah. That's right. We won. At least the Hawks know how to win.
Hold on. I just saw Quinn Willis say one. Atlanta Falcons, home of the halfway house.
This whole panel this panel's a halfway house. The Falcons get us to drink every weekend.
Oh my God. Oh man, please. I'm about to say we just gonna call this the drunkard show. Boy.
Win. Is that our slogan?
Exactly.
I love that one. We won.
What? Hey, look, humble Brando said we'd be 14-0 if the game was only 1/2.
Please play to win. Lord have mercy.
Oh.
I want to ask y'all, I got some people and been begging in the chat, like begging, tagging me and everything. Some people wanted to get on and speak their piece. Did y'all want to open that up?
Let me say this. If you come in here with that bullshit, I'm firing off on your ass, okay? This is not the day to play with me. Okay? If you guys haven't seen my right today, this is not the day to come in here with that bull crap. So you definitely can come on today. All right, but don't come in with that bullshit. You better come in with some damn sense. Hey, I'm that black mama today. Fuck that shit. I'm a black mama today.
Well, Mama open up the chat. Mama's gonna open up the chat since they asked. So, but we are doing this also on the after show with me and J Rock. Whenever Matt Mike has his interview, I don't know, 7:00. Is it 7?
Yeah.
Okay, Matt Mike. Okay, Matt Mike has an interview. Fila Sports, they're collabing on a special football guest. So y'all tune into that. But right after that, we will have our after show, so more fans can get a chance. But let's go ahead. Bigs ups to Matt Mike on that interview. Make sure y'all tune in. But let's go ahead and get people in the chat. We'll do it for about 10 minutes. I don't know how long y'all going for this post game because I gotta go.
I got Popeyes. I just wanted to say that one time.
I'm telling you, that dry ass chicken, dry ass biscuit. We ain't Popeye in the day.
I ain't
just Popeye. I wanted dry ass biscuit. I just wanted chicken. Shit, I need a slice of bread with that.
Maybe they put some in that damn Popeye. That's what they did. Put some in it. They battered it wrong or something. Don't know what's going on. These damn Falcons. Fry all them birds. All right, so we put in the chat. The stream to the chat, the people that damn begged, here you go. And if you begging and you ain't on here, I don't want to hear it no more. So the chat stream, you're coming on video, please. If you're wearing a Bluetooth headset, please don't.
I'm removing. If you even say trade Matt Ryan or you say Matt Ryan suck or anything that sound like it, I'm muting your ass, okay? So you better come with damn sense.
I'm gonna just let you finish. All right, the chat stream is gonna be up. Here it is. Please, Bluetooth headphones, you might want to take them off because it does leave to feedback. So, who wants to join the Atlanta Falcons Nation panel right now? Chat is in the stream. We can see when you jump on. If you don't want to be on camera, you can stop your camera and you can still talk. You know, some people just don't want to be seen. If that's the case, hide your camera. All right. But you can still speak your piece.
It's pinned right now in the chat. So all you have to do, just click that. Anyone that wants to join is pinned on Matt Mike Sports. If you're at AFN, I can definitely pin that one also. But it's pinned to Matt Mike Sports right now, so you guys can check that out.
We got somebody already. All right. Oh, we already got a regular. We see a regular in the chat. And I know someone else wanted to be on. I'm going to send him the link too because he's been asking. So you ready? We're gonna bring on Jarvis. He has something to say.
Ooh, J-Dog.
What's
What's
going
up?
on? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing today?
What's up?
I don't know.
I'm kind of on my fourth one right now. In the last 20 minutes. So, yeah, I'm not.
Hey, listen, y'all. Man,
Thank you for the 2 Falcons. Are definitely 30 minutes.
Hey, listen, y'all. So, man, I'm about to pull out my ball to ENJ and go to work, man. I ain't playing with y'all. Listen, man. Like Mike said earlier, we can't blame this on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan threw 3 touchdowns, over 300 plus yards. He had the game wrapped up. The defense looked horrible. And I seen that video or the snippet where you seen Julio talking about, he was telling Ridley to do something, and then he shushed away Morris or whatever. Like I said, man, we just need somebody in here who's gonna. We need a diehard or one of them hard-nosed coaches that's gonna take control and not sit back. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. If it was me and I was a coach, I'd be looking back up at that top up there where Dirk Cutter's sitting there, and I'd be like, "Hey, come on, let me talk to you right quick. Come on down here. Come on, we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation." So, man, it's just one of those things, man. We need to really get it together. But that's all I have, y'all.
Hey, appreciate you coming on again. I love to see our regulars come on in here. Speak your piece. Speak your piece.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate it.
But y'all take care of yourself. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Mike,
Same
don't
to
get
you.
too drunk. K-Styles, he leave the ball alone.
Yeah, because Mike creeping me out with these little eyes and looks. Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm mad as hell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do some more creepy ass shit. I do some weird ass shit when I'm pissed off.
I'm high myself.
Don't get us kicked offline with that shit.
My wife is over there laughing.
I bet she is laughing. Shout out to the women. Shout out to the wife.
I'm trying not to go crazy, man.
Yeah, shout out.
I'm trying not to go crazy.
But I ain't gonna hold it on. I know everybody else want to get on, so y'all take care, man. Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Hey.
Merry Christmas, man.
Hey. All right. So we got another person on. BCJR. How you doing? You got to turn your sound down though.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, pretty good. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Keep doing what y'all doing. I love the podcast. Been watching y'all since day one, so y'all keep it up.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. But yeah, man. I've been a Falcon fan for a minute. This game, of course, it resembles the whole past couple of years since the Super Bowl. I feel like we need a coach, like Mike was saying. I feel like the coach ain't holding the players accountable. That's why we're not seeing this team finishing the way that they should be. We got too much damn talent on this team to be losing. And I know y'all feel the same way. So I just feel like we need a hard-nosed coach that's going to come in here, change the culture, and we need to just start winning, man, because we too talented to be losing like this. And so it's just frustrating as a Falcon fan to keep seeing this team doing this each and every year. So that's just my input. So what y'all think?
We all feel your pain. We all are here. I mean, the team that we saw first half is the team we've been wanting to see all season.
Yes. Right on.
Not that we don't have the talent. We definitely got it. It was like in that first half, it was about 11 people that touched that ball.
Yep. I agree.
And where did that go? Where did that go? You go from spreading the ball around, giving everybody the ball until just like, oh, we just gonna pass the ball to Russell Gage and run tight end screens. Like,
yeah, that's what kind of play calling is that? I blame Dirk Cutter. I don't even know why we got Dirk Cutter in here, to be honest with y'all. I'm not a big fan of Dirk, never was when he was here, I think 2012. So, these play callings, I mean, I watched the game, each game. It seemed like I'm on the sofa and I know which play they calling, and I shouldn't do that as a fan. So,
if you do it as a fan, everybody else definitely see that.
Most definitely. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Continue to support y'all, man, and y'all just be safe out there.
All right, you too. Please be safe, people.
Yeah,
all right.
Thank you.
All right, next man up. We got New Drop. We got him coming up next. What's up, New
Drop? How you guys doing?
How you doing?
Up, man? Not too bad. Not too bad. I'll stay positive, but I'm gonna say straight up, this whole thing is.
Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say, man. That's all. Go ahead, do your thing. If you want to say something, Ryan, go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
I will never say that about Matt Ryan. I bleed for Matt Ryan on Bleacher Report. Everything I can, I always do, because it's a bunch of bullshit. I think our culture's been messed up since Mike Smith, personally, but right now it's definitely tainted. I just see it sometimes. Sometimes I'm watching these games and I see Matt just trying. Like you said last game, Matt Mike. Just going for the points because he's just doing what he can at this point. Because I don't believe there's belief in that locker room any longer, and I think they're all just waiting. They're playing with pride. I want Kiki to come back. I really like Hayden Hurst. I think we should explore some way to bring him back too. But we need an injection culture, and I'm hyped to see what we can do. Hopefully the GM is gonna be following that mindset as well, because I want people to be scared of this team. I'm tired of seeing Cam Jordan talk shit. I'm tired of seeing Taysom Hill fucking flex and all that crap. Like, I'm tired of seeing other teams' benches hyped up. I don't like seeing that
in the nuts or something. God damn, like they flexing on you, man. I kick him in the balls or something.
Exactly.
My man.
There needs to be fire. We're called Hot Atlanta, right? There needs to be fire on that sideline all day, and that's just how I feel.
Yeah, definitely.
But I appreciate all you guys' work. You do a great job.
Thank you.
I'm always going to keep listening. Have a good holiday.
You too as well.
You too, man.
All right, next man up, Nick Turner. We know who you are, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Y'all crazy.
What's going on, brother?
Oh man, it's all good, man. It's like when you watch the game, man. It's like Dirk's second half, man. It's straight horrible, man. How you try to pass and set up the run? That confuses the hell out of me.
I still don't get that.
That's like the old lady that just don't want to let something go. She just keep, just baby, just put something on it. I got something for him. Into the same shit. Like, grandma, that don't work no more. Okay? Stop doing that. We're gonna keep doing the same play. Let's do it.
Yo, like, I got a 10-year-old son, man. He had a birthday party yesterday, and he came up to me talking about. Oh, yeah. He was like, "What you think about the game tomorrow, Dad?" And I was like, "Man, the Falcons gonna win." And then they came in after like the second half, after the second quarter. I'm like, "Man, 24-7." And he's a Seahawk fan. Like I said, we in Tacoma, so he's a Seahawk fan. And I think when Tampa Bay got that 31, he came back to the room and looked at me all crazy. He was like, "So what's going on? What's up with your boy?"
That's sad to tell
I'm like, man, it's just horrible, man. Like you guys said, man, we've been talking about it all season, man. 2020 has been weird. You can't excuse for not having a preseason. It's going to be a different team, man. They need to cut some contracts down, I think. And that GM and head coach, man, they better come with, like, when they interview, they better come with a bomb-ass 5-point game plan, because if I'm Arthur Blank, I'm not hearing nothing less but success. Whatever history you got, whatever background you got, you better come in that interview talking about, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, playoffs every year or something. They got to do something. They just can't. They can't piggyback up with the coaching this year, so they could be like, "Oh, we ain't gonna do what Dirk and Raheem did." You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna do something totally different. Grady Jarrett shouldn't be like. Grady Jarrett play hard, man. Grady Jarrett plays so hard, man. Taking on blocks, double, triple teams, and coming down the field, still trying to punch the ball out. You know what I mean? Like, that's a leader.
That really is. That's a leader, man.
We just need more of them. They really take the
It's
reins.
just so confusing. Right. It's so confusing. Like Hayden Hurst get one catch last game. He gets one catch the game before that, 9 and 7 yards respectively. Then he gets a couple catches today, 25 yards and a touchdown. Then you want to finally run the ball at like third or fourth quarter when you should have been doing that all game. You can't give Matt Ryan 30 throws and try to run the ball 14, 15 times. You got 4 capable running backs and fullback. And I play fullback. So 3rd and 2, the fullback coming up to the OC and is like, bro, put me in. I can get these 2 yards. You know what I mean?
Hey, and I want to
and then he's gonna try to turn Keith Smith into a tight end.
Yeah. I see another person in the chat. XEs. What is it? XEs, are you there?
Cheese, goddamn.
Cheese.
Cheese.
I'm gonna put you on with Nick Turner, okay? I didn't want you to hold on too long, so we're gonna add Cheese. I guess that's what your name is.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man?
How you doing?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, but it's just all bad right now, y'all. It's all bad. Oh man. At this point, I think it's you got to really think about the vibes in the locker room right now, like how the players looking at each other right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
How can you look to the brother to the right and left for you, and trust him to go to war every Sunday, and y'all keep doing the same thing on Sunday every time? You know what I'm saying? It's a problem in the locker room at this point. It's not just the coaching. The coaching is the main part, but the players, a lot of the onus is on the players also.
I think they lost their confidence in this team, to be honest. Like I said, they come here to suit up to get a paycheck at this point.
Right. You dig what I'm saying? So it's the problem is deep seated right now. I don't know where to start. The new GM and coach is gonna have a great job on their hand. But they gotta rebuild the culture. I don't know where it starts, but it gotta start with the roster.
I know it gotta start with the roster. Falcons players right now. I'm sorry.
And it's like it's sorry to say this, but we gotta like really start thinking like anybody from that 2016 team, like it's gonna be time to deplete anybody from that roster, like because right now the way they losing games is just like we never seen before. Like like you know what I'm saying? We almost making history on the bad side of history every game. Like we letting teams come back on us every game. It's ridiculous. Like
hey, after ATM, that's all we're gonna add on the chat. But y'all can stay on if you want to. But anybody else, that's gonna be it on who we having add on. And I appreciate y'all. But we are having our after show probably about 9ish. I'll announce it and y'all can come on and get this on that show with me and J Rock. So all right, y'all can hang on. ATM, what you wanted to say?
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
What's going on?
What's up, man? What's good?
Hey, Cheese, mute yourself until you. Oh, there you go. You got it. Okay.
I have a specific question for Jew, Mike, and K Styles. Now, remember last year when it was Ulbrich calling the plays on 1st and 2nd down, and Raheem was calling it on 3rd. And whenever we went on that win streak, Dan Quinn decided to revert back to cover 3.
Yeah.
Mike, you said we needed to fire Jeff Ulbrich, but are you sure it isn't Raheem overriding his play call and switching to the cover 3?
Yes, anybody that has anything to do. The reason why I say that is the case is because Jeff Ulbrich is still a part of that mentality. It's like he's a part of that coaching staff. So anybody that there's any remnants, like you can't defeat cancer by getting some of it. You got to get all of it. You got to get down and destroy every little crevice. You got to really get deep down into that cancer to destroy that cancer. You can't just leave a piece that may be okay. You got to destroy all that shit. So for me, man, if you want a culture, if you want to win in culture, and like I said, I've said this over and over again, I don't give a damn how many people like them or dislike them. They need a Rex Ryan. Rex Ryan don't give a shit about anybody's feelings. He's going to instill a culture of fear. That's what we need, a culture of fear. When people come to play a Rex Ryan defense, they know you're going to get your ass. You know you're going to get hit. You know it. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
You know you're going to be in for a fight, and you know you're going to get hit. So that's exactly what they need. Last year, I'm going to say this. I mean, it's going to be real short, but I'm going to say this. When I saw Devontae Freeman get hemmed up, like he got hemmed up by Thanios, all right? Got hemmed up by Thanios. Not one Falcon, not Matt Ryan, not Julio, nobody came to his defense. Not one. That's a fucking problem. It's a fucking problem.
Lord,
okay?
Nick, I know you quiet. You had anything else to add?
Yeah, I was looking at Todd in his pass blocking, man, as a running back. When you play, my running back coach and OC always told me, before you go to the outside, you look in at the linebackers first. And if nobody's blitzing, then you check the DN and you can chip them and then swing around. So I don't know. That was very confusing.
That's all his fault. That was all Todd Gurley. No excuses. That's all his fault.
Exactly. He tried
and I was wondering if, sorry about that.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I was wondering that when the GM and head coach and owner does the contracts, when they look at the contracts, it seems like, at least in free agency, we go off potential, not production. Because like that James Carpenter contract confuses the hell out of me. You know, and that Jake Matthews contract confused the hell out of me too. I mean, he's great, you know what I'm saying? He's good, but that $76 million, the $14 million a year, man, that's a lot for the cap.
Yeah. But you also got to remember, in free agency, you're not paying for the player. You're playing for the market.
Right.
Right. The market. That's right.
Because the reason why Matthews got that contract, because remember, Taylor Lewan got paid before he did.
Right.
So it set that market up. And that goes with, and then, like I said, that goes with the quarterback as well. That goes with every position. Like I said, so we can look at free agency, but I forgot who said it, but it said in free agency, you're always going to overpay for everybody.
Right.
That's basically how it's going to be. But yeah, I agree. I would agree with you about Todd Gurley. That was no excuse right there. Protection should have been the first thing on your mind, then flaring out.
What you want to add, Ju? It looks like you got some on your mind.
Well, I agree with what they're saying with the Todd Gurley situation. With Todd, though, I really don't know what's going on with his situation. Like, why is he only seeing so many snaps? I don't know if it's based off of his injury, because when I see Todd Gurley out on the field, to me, on that play, he kind of like, if you guys remember that last game, when I think they did a bootleg and he ran the wrong way on the route. With Todd Gurley, I think it was last week when we played the Chargers. I think Todd Gurley's not all the way there, like mentally, because he used to being a star player. And then when you get benched, like that's really humbling when you get benched. Because basically we can say he's been benched. At least that's how I'm taking it, because he's only seeing a few snaps. So when he gets thrown out there, like they're throwing him out there like in the fourth quarter when it's crunch time, and it's almost like throwing, like think about throwing in like a specialist, like a 3-point shooter, like a Steve Kerr or somebody like that, where they come off the bench and you're down by 3, you need them to make a shot. I feel like they're using Todd Gurley in that same way, where I feel like Todd Gurley is a player that needs touches to, as we talk about, get his rhythm. Like you can't just throw him out there. He hasn't played pretty much the whole game, and now you just throw him out there for this particular play. It seems like that's kind of throwing him off, because I know last game he ran the wrong way on a bootleg on like a clutch. I think it was like 3rd or 4th down, and in this game he missed a block. So I'm seeing a lot of uncharacteristic things out of Todd Gurley. So at this point, it's kind of looking like Todd Gurley mentally has checked out. How y'all were talking about the one who came on here, I forget the guy's name that came on here, one of the fans. He basically was just stating like, oh, you got to, I think it was Cheese that came on here. He was basically saying like, these guys in the locker room are looking at each other too, like, man, mainly probably the coaching staff, because Todd Gurley, he just don't look like himself. We all know the Todd Gurley that he's a dominant player, but when I see him out there on the field, he looks like a shell of himself. And I don't think that that's all based off his injury. A lot of it looks like it's mental too. Because when you miss a block or you miss an assignment, that's mental. When Russell Gage and these guys in the fourth quarter are dropping passes, like we've seen Russell Gage drop a pass, we've seen Calvin Ridley drop a clutch pass, that's all mental. Anybody that's played football knows that's mental. When you don't look a ball in and you're looking down the field and stuff like that, that's concentration and that's mental, you're mental. So I'm thinking like with this team, with Todd Gurley and what you guys are saying, I agree. I feel like Todd Gurley is not happy with his role here in Atlanta. And I don't blame him because he's not being used in the way that he should be being used. So we're making him look a lot worse than he should be really looking. Because you got to think about it. Now when he goes back on the market, because he's a free agent after this year, like who really is going to pick Todd Gurley up? Because nobody really knows what he has left in the tank based off of this season, kind of been a down year. Like the second half of the season, he's really struggled. But I don't know if this is injury. I don't know if this is just the team. Them benching him. So I wish they would just come out, and this all goes back to accountability and what we've been saying. Like, I would like the head coach, Raheem Morris, to come out and say what's going on with Todd Gurley. Is it his injuries? Is it he's being benched? Because right now, I don't know if you guys know. I don't know if Mike knows. Maybe he can answer this. But I don't really know what's going on with Todd Gurley. I know he has rest days during the week due to his injuries and stuff like that. But I don't like the way he's being used in these games. Like, he starts off in the first quarter, like the first series. Then he's like not playing the second and third quarter. Then he's being brought in the fourth quarter. I don't get what we're trying to do, and why we're using them in the way that we. I don't get what we're trying to do.
Well, I think it's simple. And I've stated this all season. Why the hell we got 4 running backs and we don't use them? That just goes back to the offensive coordinator. So anytime you see Todd Gurley still have, this is like Todd Gurley is not a stupid running back. Ito Smith is not a stupid running back. These guys have played football all their career. They know protection schemes and all that type of stuff. So he's not an ignorant guy. So to see him still struggling, we're at week 14, 15, 14, and you see these guys still making those same mental mistakes late in the game. That right there tells me that they're not putting these guys in a position where they are comfortable. That's the reason why I stated all the time that, like, even when I saw, now if you guys go back and you see me go in on Devondre Campbell, and I'm like, Devondre Campbell suck, he suck. But then you see another video where I say, why are we continuously using him in coverage? The dude is not a cover linebacker. You put him in a position where he can succeed. So when you put Todd Gurley in a position where he has to be a blocker for the most part, that's not his strength. Todd Gurley he's better when he's able to block and release as a pass catcher. The dude has less than 30 receptions on the year. He should not have that. He should not have anything lower than 30 receptions in a year. And we haven't been using Ito the same way. We haven't been using Brian Hill. We haven't been using Todd Gurley that way. 3 running backs, okay? All of those guys have the ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. And now the last 2 games, now you want to start, having these guys catch the ball out of the backfield. You saw it today. He had 2 or 3 good passes. And he put up, Todd Gurley made a couple of moves and he got some yards. That's how you should use them. Not as a blocker. It's like this is the same stuff that I always say even about what's his name? Kyle Shanahan. Why are you using Devontae Freeman as a blocker in that position? The dude is little. He probably is smaller than Kylie. You know what I'm saying? The dude little than smaller than Kylie. What the hell you got him blocking defensive end for? Does that make sense? These are the things that I'm talking about. You got to put these players in position to succeed. And when you don't, that's when you see these guys' confidence go down. You see what happened to Isaiah Oliver when you moved him in the middle, where his talents can shine, his physicality, he can tackle, he can cover. The inside guys a lot better than he can cover guys on the outside. That's when you see these guys, you see these guys play a lot better. So when you see a lot of struggling, when you see a lot of struggle, and you see the same struggles over and over and over again, that's always on coaching.
Oh, and just to piggyback on what you said about Todd Gurley and his receptions this year so far, it says he has 19 receptions throughout the whole year.
See that? Oh my God! I'm just
all three of the running backs that had played. Three running backs combined for 50 catches.
Hey, K-Styles, do y'all realize that, and this what makes Dirk Cutter's re-signing so horrible, he only has one winning season with the Falcons, and that was 2012. And I'm so glad, and I know Miss Maggie be telling Mike to calm down, but I'm so glad he went on that rant today, because I'm like, I know me and K-Styles ain't the only ones seeing this dumb stuff that they posting in the chat. They really said that they would rather have Byron Leftwich and Chris Redmond over Matt Ryan last week.
I see it all the time.
And let me just and let me just say this too. I know it's some people that be commenting like Triple G, Rubber ATL, Asia Green, and Anthony Wright. Y'all got some sense. So I'm finna send some shots. Absolutely. So everybody duck. So let me say this.
Wait a minute.
I'm finna send some shots. For all you Falcons fans, what y'all need to do, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say that y'all need to pull Raheem Morris and Kyle Shanahan meat out your mouth. They have literally blown so many games when it matters, but yet y'all want them back. Why? Kyle Shanahan had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter with the 49ers and blew it the same way. Did not run the damn ball. Woo! Whoa. And Raheem Morris, and let me tell you about Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris is a Dan Quinn brown noser. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. This man literally said that the players failed Dan Quinn, and we seen how we have performed with Dan Quinn as a head coach. And for you to say that they failed him, he's a Dan Quinn brown noser. Like when Country Low said he's right there beside him in the toilet, handing him the toilet paper. That applies to Raheem Morris. He's literally right there, handing him the toilet paper.
You said yeah. So basically, he's zipping and shaking in the bathroom.
Man, some of these Falcons fans ignorant as hell, man. I'm so glad we saw Mad Mike instead of the sad scientist, because these Falcons fans are tired as hell. I tell you, man.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, and the main thing we will say is, okay, so if you get the next quarterback and he doesn't perform in the first couple years, these going to be the same people that's going to be ready to get rid of that quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I heard somebody earlier in the chat said Matt Ryan is a coach killer. I kind of disagree with that because he got 3 offensive coordinators, head coaching jobs.
See, they don't even know what they be saying. They just be saying stuff just to be saying stuff.
And then like I said, right before somebody in the chat gonna tell us we're Matt Ryan apologists, like I said, we'll call Matt Ryan out if he has a bad game.
Like the last game, y'all called him out.
We called him out the last game.
Yeah.
So. Hey, so that's all we gotta say on that. Well, hey, ATM, you gonna spit some more knowledge on them right quick?
Man, that's it. All I need to say, man.
What about you, Nick? What you got, bro? We
just that, like the epitome of the season was that Dallas game, man. That Dallas game really set the tone for where everybody's at, man. And then Chicago back to back. That was just crazy. That was just crazy looking at on the TV, man. Like, I was just wondering, man, what do you guys think, man, if Dirk really had a normal offseason with a preseason, get these scripts and get these runs and get this chemistry, do you guys think things would be different? Or he's just who he is? That's who he is.
That's who he is. That's who Dirk is. If you go look at
Farmer friend,
that is what Dirk is.
Thank you.
Dirk has been known for being a soft offensive coordinator. That's the reason he was fired in Tampa. Like he's been known for being pass happy, don't want to run the football, doesn't have a good running scheme. Like even when he was here in Atlanta before, and I kind of blame Dan Quinn for even rehiring Dirk Cutter. They were trying to bring in somebody that Matt Ryan kind of knew his philosophy, but at the end of the day, it's like they should have known from, like I said, you go back to the 2012 NFC Championship game, we lost the same exact way we lost the Super Bowl in 2016. We jumped out to a huge lead, and we blew the lead in the second half, and Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers ended up going to the Super Bowl. But we jumped out to like a 21-point lead in the first half, same exact way, and we lost the game the same exact way. Because if you think back in 2012, we still had Michael Turner. So it's no way we lose that game with Michael Turner, Tony Gonzalez, Roddy White, Julio Jones, Harry Douglas, all that full team. There's no way you lose that game when you jump out to that big of a lead. The problem with Dirk Cutter has always been is his scheme. He's not creative. He doesn't know how to set up his run game. When you have Turner who's averaging 1,800 yards, 1,800 yards, 1,600 yards a season, a season running the football on the ground, it's no way that you let a team, you blow a 21-point lead. There's no way that you do that. The way that we've been losing, this has been, and how y'all talked about, it's been the culture since Mike Smith was here. It is the Falcon culture. That's the problem, our culture. Because if you look at this team, K-Style said it on the Heavy Hitter show. I wasn't here. I was absent, and K-Styles hit it right, the hammer right on the nail right on the head when he said this defense was built to play with the lead. We're a smallish defense. So basically, if you remember when Kyle Shanahan was here in 2016, we made that Super Bowl run, we would jump out to huge leads, and then we would just allow Vic Beasley and those guys to rush the quarterback because we had huge leads in the first half, and we were able to blow teams out. Because if you remember in 2016, we still would give up tons of yardage. That's why we were ranked like 27th in defense. We still were giving up crazy amount of yards. The thing about it was we didn't go through those lapses where we couldn't score. Because if you think about in this game, in this season, we jump out to huge leads, but then in the second half, we have those huge drops because Dirk Cutter doesn't know how to set up plays and he doesn't implement the running game. The difference between him and Kyle Shanahan, we would jump out to a huge lead with Kyle Shanahan, but then he would implement that running game with Freeman and Coleman, and we were able to bleed away a lot of those wins, sort away those wins where teams weren't able to come back. It would score points because if you go back and look at the 2016 season, teams were still averaging like 20-some points against us. We just got a ton of takeaways. So it kind of overshadowed, because our team was putting up 30 plus 40 points a game in some of those games. So this is the same exact team. The biggest difference with this team and the 2016, Super Bowl team is we have these huge droughts. We jump out to huge leads. And then it seems like in the second half, because we're running those same passing schemes that Mike always talked about, we're not mixing it up. We're not running the ball. If you continue to throw the ball, any team can come back because every time you get an incomplete pass, that stops the clock. Meaning the other team doesn't have to call their timeouts, and they're getting right back on the field. Today we had 3 and outs back to back in the second half, and they were back in the game just like that. 3 touchdowns, boom, boom, boom. Back in the game, or 2 touchdowns in the field goal, they tied the game up, got right back in the game. So the main difference is this defense has pretty much been the same scheme for all of these years, and we've been mainly, like I've always talked about, an offensive-minded team. But it's caught up with us now because Dirk Cutter's scheme is not Shanahan's scheme. Mike Shanahan has a much better scheme because he knows how to set up his plays, and he's willing to run the ball. And that kills the clock. So if you put up a lot of points and then you're able to run the ball, if we run the ball in that Super Bowl, we win that Super Bowl easily. And Shanahan's proven that in 2 Super Bowls. If he runs the ball in both of those Super Bowls, he has 2 rings easy. But he went away from what works. And that's been the problem with the Falcons culture. They're too cocky. These coaches think that they can do what they want to do. Like Mike said, we don't respect our opponents. We think, oh man, we can just outduel everybody. We can just outthrow everybody. We have the best receivers. We have the best running backs. And when you do that, teams come back every time and it comes back to bite you in the butt. And that's pretty much what's been happening for the last 5 to 6 seasons. It's the culture. We need to change the culture.
Hey, Jew, when you was talking about the refs, how bad the refs are, in 2012, they didn't call Navarro Bowman holding Roddy White, or in 2017 when Julio got held in the end zone. So it's like that's 2 Super Bowl appearances right there.
That's it.
But Jew, I'm about to say, Jew, I want to elaborate on something too. I know you said the 2016 team, right? The Super Bowl team. There's one big difference, and I'm gonna name them: Dwight Freeney, Jonathan Babineau,
yes, sir.
Chris Chester, Adam Levitre. Hey, the leaders right there. You got to have the leaders on the team.
That's it.
You gotta have the guys that's out there that like, hey, I'm finna hold you accountable and hold you accountable. And that goes back with the culture. Like I said, they bring in guys that are not fiery like that, and it shows on the team. Because ever since that Super Bowl year, you haven't really seen that same fire from everybody. Because Dwight Freeney was here, Vic Beasley got 15 and a half sacks. Chris Chester was here, one of the top running games in the league. Jonathan Babineau getting that pass rush too. And remember, we was getting takeaways as well. So, yeah, you got to have the leaders in the locker room. Your team, you can have the worst team in the league. But if you got leaders in that locker room that's going to pull you to the side, and like I said, the key word is pull you to the side and let you know, okay, you could do this better and do this better. Like I said, what I saw from Julio Jones on that sideline today, that's a leader.
That's a leader.
He wasn't just pulling Calvin really to the side. I seen him do it to Brian Hill. I seen him do it to Matt Ryan a few times.
He was talking to Grady Jarrett.
Yeah.
Leader.
Hey, I know y'all be seeing Brian Cox when he was here in 2015, 2016. He was always doing that business.
That's exactly what I mean. The Falcons have to this a culture. They want a culture of pussyfooters. Let's just call it what it is. This team is just soft. Like I'm not calling Matt Ryan and Julio soft, but those guys are the only guys that are willing to step up. Rico is I even hate to even say this because I like Rico, but Rico is the ultimate pussyfooter.
Damn, Mike.
He try to act tough. All right, let's just be real. He tried to act tough, but when it come down to it, calling people out, Rico was the first one. Beating around the bush. Have you ever seen his interviews? Just go back and look at Rico. He looking upset. He looked pissed off, but he won't tell the truth. He won't say it live. This is the reason why they got rid of Roddy White. That's the real reason why they got rid of Roddy White. That's the real reason. Because Roddy would come, he would go at your throat. He would call you out as a coach for calling something dumb. He would call a player out. Until they are willing to address and really not so much address, but they really need to embrace that. They just need to embrace someone like I said. I'm not really clamoring for a guy like Rex Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really clamoring for Rex Ryan, but you gotta have somebody who's not afraid to call these. Not only call. We can sit up here, you can call the players out. But guess who's calling these dumbass plays? These dumbass game plans. Who the hell is up here calling these damn cover threes when they are Tom Brady's and he in a damn whole rhythm? You know, Tom Brady's in a rhythm and your ass is calling cover three.
Mike, be real. That's who we need is a Rex Ryan. That's why I say we need to bring Brian Cox back too, because he gonna hold them accountable.
I love when Brian Cox was not afraid to grab.
He was on Vic Beasley every day.
Every day. Him and Rashid. He was on those guys' ass.
Exactly.
You can even see it on the NFL Top 100 of Vic Beasley. They had the clip of
it. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He pulling him like, well, you better get this right. You better get this shit right. Yeah.
But then what makes it worse? What makes it worse is that we literally have a pass rush coach and Chuck Smith in Atlanta, but Arthur Blank don't want to bring him in for some reason.
Hey man, why y'all think Chuck Smith came up? Like I said, I don't want to, really get down to what he said because that ultimately that goes That's really between he and I. But I'm gonna say this: there's a culture of this team is just soft. You know what I'm saying? They want to be liked, and that's what it all comes down to. It until they, really embrace or change the fact that they, I don't give a damn. We want to win games. I don't care about being liked. So until they understand that we want to win games, I don't give a damn about being on ESPN. I don't give a damn about being on Fox Sports. I listen to, until they realize that, we're going to continue to get that. Falcons want to be liked. That's their biggest issue. They want to be liked, and until they change that, man, it's going to continue. So, like I said, man, K Styles, you got anything else, man? We can get to this 2-point conversion.
I was about to say before we get to that, I was about to say, and I think what a lot of these players don't realize, like a coach, because I don't know if anybody done heard the rumors of Bill Cowher saying he want to coach again.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so but what a lot of these players don't realize is if a coach is on your ass, that's because he sees potential in you. So instead of taking it as in, oh, you hurt my feelings or I don't want you to talk about that, shut him the hell up and play better. Yes. That's all they ask you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Roddy White would not let that went to the Super Bowl. You should have seen what he said afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
I didn't see that one.
Did y'all see Sean Witherspoon do the interview where he said that none of the coaches accepted accountability for that Super Bowl loss? It was like 3 months ago.
Yeah. At the Missouri campus. Yeah, I seen that. I like it.
That's a problem. That's a motherfucking problem.
And I'm gonna say one more thing before I get off because I know y'all finna do your 2-point conversion. But I was on the Bieniemy hype train too. But I just did some research, and I know K Styles gonna like this because y'all and Mike, y'all always gonna bring the facts. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna do the research. But it said that when he was interviewed by the Jets last year, there was concern over whether it was him or Andy Reid was the primary play caller. Then they said that Eric Bieniemy wanted to call plays for the Jets, which is something he had never done before. And then they hired Adam Gase. How do you lose a head coaching job to Adam Gase?
Right. That's a freaking problem. Yeah, I can't get up with that, man.
Yeah, because I done seen a couple Kansas City games too. And I don't really see him in that play call sheet like that. I see Andy Reid in that play call sheet. So.
But hey, man, I appreciate y'all for bringing me on the show, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all do, man. Giving us them hard, cold facts. Hey, Mad Mike, we don't need the mad scientists. We need Mad Mike, man. You got to start holding these fans accountable, man.
Hey, man.
On a regular basis.
Hey, man, they tried to punk me out. Matt Ryan had one bad game, and they tried to punk me out. I had to give it to them. I don't think they know. They forgot who I am, man.
All right, now y'all enjoy your holidays, man.
All right, man, you too. All right, so what y'all gonna do? The 2-point here?
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
All right, Jew, you gonna lead the fast break on this one.
All right. So first off, I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening. As always, it's been one of those seasons, man. 2020, the season is over. I'm kind of glad that it's winding down. And to me, I'm as much as I wanted to win today, I feel like this loss just kind of puts the end to all of that. Maybe Raheem Morris will be brought back and all of that. Like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This was the nail in the coffin because it just showed Arthur Blank. If he was having any inkling of thinking about, well, maybe these guys have turned something around and maybe we should give these guys another chance, that's it. That's over with. Like, we can forget that because he's saying that as the one the ATM was saying, they're still brown nosing for Dan Quinn. Every time you hear Raheem Morris doing his interviews, he's talking about Dan Quinn. And I respect Raheem Morris because Dan Quinn gave him the opportunity. So I know he don't want to, disrespect Dan Quinn in any way. But at the end of the day, that's the reason why we have to clean house at this point. As Mike always say, in K-Styles, we all been saying, everybody got to go. Even Jeff Ulbrich. I like Jeff Ulbrich. I like a lot of these guys, but I like winning more than I like these guys. Let's be honest. I like to win. I hate losing. Period. So at this point, it's time to clean house. It's time to bring in somebody that's going to be creative, not just on offense, but on defense, because that's what we've seen today. When you're creative, you don't have to have, like, all of these teams have talent. It ain't an NFL team out there that doesn't have talent. You hear us say this all the time here at AFN. It's not that the Falcons lack talent. We dominated the Bucs in the first half because we have talent. We have just as much talent as any team in the league. The problem is the way that these guys are being used. Period. And that's why I say it all goes back to coaching. Like, the one fan was saying he holds the players accountable and stuff like that. At this point, I'm really not even looking at the players anymore. I'm mainly focused on the coaching when I watch these games, seeing if they're going to change up the schemes, seeing in the second half, are they going to make adjustments? Because another big thing that I'm noticing with our team, we don't make any adjustments at halftime. We do the same exact thing over and over and over again, and it's expect a different result. So we're doing insanities. So we can't really blame these players when they continue to get put in the same position. Basically, the guy that got burnt, I think his name was Abrams, if I'm not mistaken. No, his name is Hall, number 44. When he was manned up on Antonio Brown on the outside, basically we just swapped him.
Game against Packers. That reminded me of the game of the Packers. They just left the guy on the aisle by himself. That's insanity, bro.
It reminded me of that, and it reminded me when DK Metcalf burnt Isaiah Oliver's draws off. But it was not his fault, because it was just like he's out there on the island by himself. So basically, we did him the same way we did Isaiah Oliver. We left him out there to dry by himself, no safety help. This dude is a practice squad dude we just brought up. Why is this guy on the outside with a future Hall of Fame wide receiver by himself, a number one guy? Like, that's not his fault. Like, of course the dude will get burned. Like, that's not his fault. So that's coaching. That all reverts back to coaching. So at this point, when I be doing my keys to victory and things of that nature, I'm going to just start hitting it with one key to victory, because we continue to do the same stuff. They're not listening to us. We're not seeing nothing different. The game plan is the exact same every single week. We see that we refuse to run the ball. We see that Dirk Cutter is going to come out and act like we're going to run the ball, then come out and do play action every first down. So if we're going to continue to do this, we're going to continue to see the same exact results every single Sunday. So at this point, I always want our team to win. I don't want us to tank. I do think that these players are playing hard, but when you have a coach that's incompetent, they're going to continue to put you in bad situations. And what that's going to cause you to do is lose. When you have a coach that's going to continue to put you in terrible situations, you're not going to be able to succeed that way. So at this point, I'm done looking at the players, because the players, it ain't their fault. They're basically being left out to dry, and the coaches are not holding each other accountable. Every time we hear Raheem Morris and these guys come out in these interviews, it's all pointed at the players. The players let Dan Quinn down. Matt Ryan didn't do this. Todd Gurley shouldn't have scored a touchdown. He should have laid down. Like, all of this different stuff is continued to be pointed back at the players. But at this point, this whole 2020 season is all on the coach, point blank in the period. I don't want to hear anybody blaming Matt Ryan. I don't want to hear anybody blaming Todd Gurley. When you want to blame anybody for this season, put it directly on the head coaches, Dan Quinn, Raheem Morris, and the full coaching staff. And that's pretty much all I got to say, man. At this point, we know what this season is going to end like. I mean, at this point, if they win a game, it's because these players are just that great. Because for Matt Ryan to basically have no running game and still can put up 300, 400 yards a game, Calvin Ridley can still put up the yards he's putting up. He's running basically the same routes every single game. That just shows you the greatness of these guys. Because half the quarterbacks in this league, if you gave them our running game, they wouldn't be able to. They'll be throwing so many interceptions. They couldn't put up the numbers that Matt Ryan's putting up with this vanilla scheme. So that's pretty much all I got, y'all.
I was about to say, who you making the next pass to?
I'm gonna go ahead and kick it over to Mad Mike, because I know you like to close it out and do all of the house cleaning. So I'm gonna kick it over to Mad Mike. And I know he's gonna be probably coming with the same exact thing. It's been the same song and dance the whole season, but I'm gonna kick it over to Mad Mike.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, you pretty much stated the exact same thing for me, but I just honestly, man, we have to be real with ourselves. When it comes down to it, we can sit up here, and this is why I've stated over and over again. As a coach, as a leader, you know what I'm saying? It's like I saw something, in K Styles. I see something, I saw something in Jude. You know what I'm saying? Miss Maggie, everybody who's a part of AFN, man. It's for me, I have a vision, and if they make a mistake, just me personally, I take it personally. Like if he messes up on the live show, it's like, okay, I didn't prepare him for that moment. So me as a leader, man, I take responsibility for any mistakes that we make here. Even myself, I take that on. I didn't prepare you guys for whatever situation. Everybody knows. I try to prepare everybody for everything before we even have a live show. I was like, look, this is what you guys got to say. Do it like this. Don't worry about this. Blah blah blah. Like I have my guys prepared before we even go on the show. You know what I'm saying? Before we even do live shows. So for a coach, to see him put all the blame on the players, come on, bro, that's low. That's a cowardly way out. You're trying to save your own ass. That's the issue that I have. No coach should be pointing the finger. And that's why I still respect Dan Quinn. I respect the hell out of Dan Quinn because not one time has he ever said Matt Ryan didn't do this. Julio didn't do this. Caleb McGarry missed a block. Todd Gurley shouldn't have did this. You never heard Dan Quinn say that. Well, we got this coward and we got a coward. And I'm calling him a damn coward because that's what he is. Raheem Morris is a coward. Instead of saying to himself, he and Dirk Cutter did not do a good job, he's pointing all the fingers at Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and all the players. Y'all have a shitty ass game plan. And you are airing like to be honest, I don't even see how these players even I give it up to Matt Ryan, I give it up to all the players. Because they have been this year, they've been left assed out. It's the same game plan over and over every week. Nothing changes. And when they make a mistake and the offense or the defense take advantage of that mistake, what do we have Raheem Morris on the sideline do? Looking at the pay sheet, shaking his head. He don't know what to do. But we expect the players to, to make, water out of crap. Like, let's just be you trying to make wine out of crap. That's what you asking the players do. Make wine out of crap. And that's why I was so infuriated. That's why I was so mad last week when everybody was saying, we're gonna blame Matt Ryan for it. Matt Ryan threw the 3 interceptions, but guess what? Like I said, I'm surprised I'm surprised Matt Ryan didn't throw 20 interceptions this year. Because the game plan and these routes are exactly the same. If you don't have a trained quarterback, a experienced quarterback, this season could have been much worse than what it actually was. Matt Ryan should have had at least 20 interceptions this year just based on this whack-ass the scheme. Because you don't have a running game. The offensive line is inconsistent. Julio Jones is in and out of the lineup because of his hamstring. So I'm surprised I'm seriously surprised that he had, less than 20 interceptions this year, less than 15 interceptions. I think he had 10 interceptions this year. I'm surprised I'm surprised it wasn't that. It was less. It wasn't more than that. So when it all comes down to it, man, we got to get some of these coward ass off. We got to get some of these cowardly coaches off of our staff. Don't bring them back. Everyone needs to go. No one needs to come back. So K Styles, man, you can do your thing, big bro.
All right, so basically we're gonna say we appreciate everybody tuning in to this after show. I know this has kind of been a devastating loss for everybody again. I think everybody got Stockholm syndrome now because it's like we lose the same exact way all year.
Right.
But like I said, just make sure you subscribe to Jew Talk Sports, and Mad Mike, and your boy Just K Styles. And also make sure y'all tune in for the after show with Miss Maggie T and J Rock. J Rock in the building. But and like I said, Monday, hey, I might do something weekly here. Y'all can kick it with your boy K Styles on Mondays. Like I said, we do whatever. Like I said, hey, like I said, if you got some questions y'all want to ask, like I said, y'all can put them in the comments as well. I'll throw them on there at the same time. All right. So basically, my 2-point conversion is what now? Like you said, Mike. I think all of our damn 2-point conversions pretty much gonna be the same today. Okay. Like when is the bleeding gonna stop? like we sit here, we in front of everybody, we telling them our keys and what we think the Falcons should do to win the game. But it always seems like no matter what we say, we lose the same exact way. No adjustments in the second half. Running game is non-existent. Defense gives up plays at the wrong time. Throws ain't being made. Like I said, it's a culture. Like I said, and I'm not even gonna point it at the coaches. I'm gonna point straight at Rich McKay and Arthur Blank for that. Because this is the kind of people that they've been wanting in this organization for the longest.
Yes, sir.
So until these guys knuckle up and get somebody that's gonna be hard, bring like a hard-nosed culture down here. Like I said, it's just gonna be the same thing all over again. Like I said, and the problem is, and right in the city of Atlanta, this goes for all the sports teams. It's the same exact culture. So I don't know what's in the air down here, but like they said, somebody got to grow some balls and goddamn go against the system or something.
Yeah. Someone has to.
Somebody got to go against the system, bro, because it's like we can't keep losing the same exact way. Like we lose the same exact way, different ways. How many NFL teams can you?
8 times this year we've lost the exact 8 times this year we've lost the exact same way. It was 7 before it started, but this makes it the 8th time we've lost the exact same way. That tells you there's a broken culture and it needs to be swept. And I'm looking at Arthur Blank like if anybody can record this motherfucker and you see him on the street, force him. All right, force him to watch it. Okay, force him to watch this. Please, Mr. Blank, you have to instill a different culture because this ain't it. These guys are soft. And I know you're a billionaire, and billionaires don't like to be showed up. They don't like to be shown up.
Oh, yeah,
all right? You look soft. You look weak. Your product look weak. You need to do something about this. The Hawks did something about it. The Braves did something about it. Hell, even the dang United did something about it. They didn't like the way their coach was coaching, and they got rid of him. That dude was garbage. Okay,
garbage.
They got
that was dumb. That was dumpster juice right there. But yeah, like I said, it just. Like I said, we have to flip the narrative on here because, like I said, how many like I said, this is just go to the Falcon franchise. Y'all already charging a lot for these PSLs that these people pay for and the season tickets. I'm about to say, don't you want to put a better product out there so you can have more people buying these PSLs and stuff? Because if you're not putting a better product out, it's going to basically, like I said, in the future, it's just going to look like COVID didn't hit Atlanta every damn game because ain't nobody going to show up.
Right, you're right.
So
nobody gonna pay for this crap. Ain't nobody gonna keep paying for this mess. I'm just gonna be real. I know I won't. I love my Falcons, but I ain't paying for this shit. I will never pay to go see this shit. I'll watch it on TV, but I'm not paying for
it. Man, hey, Matt Monk said we got to sign convicts and felons on this team to change the culture.
Hey, you might be right, bro. You might be right about that.
Exactly. They shit, instead of a preseason, like I said, they just gonna have job applications where somebody said package
Hey, man.
Hey, Prince Ward said something here too that I have to get on the Falcons case about too. All right, he said he bought a jersey, right? But when people bought them new jerseys, I heard everybody damn near had to wait 6 to 8 months to get these jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell Stephen A. Smith get a jersey in 2 days?
That's not good business, man. Like I said, that's
not good business.
That's not good business at all.
That's not good business, bro. Like I said, just say all you care about is money and selling tickets. That's all you gotta say. Jerry Jones been saying it about 20, 30 damn years now. All he care about is selling tickets. Just say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that like I said, your image, and like Miss Maggie T says, they care about an image. But if your image is soft, ain't nobody gonna take your shit seriously.
At all.
So that'd be the end of mine right there. That was kind of like a mini rant. That was a more calm, collected rant.
Yeah, man. I think it was long overdue, man. But you guys continue to support us here at Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, Jew Talk Sports, Just K Styles, Big Country, Low, Terror Artist 404, Miss Maggie T, Lush Exchange. You got some other guys, Twisted Torch TV. We got Big Magnus, my Brooklyn boys. Like I said, man, we worldwide over this thing, man. So we really trying to bring you guys the Atlanta Falcons Nation. And like I said, it's for everybody. So you guys continue to, watch and check us out. But we about to head out this thing because I'm hungry than a motherfucker, and I'm about to see somebody else get their ass kicked for a change. See, it's already happened. Somebody already got their ass whooped. All right, somebody got burnt. Somebody scored a touchdown. Yeah. All right, so you guys keep supporting us, man. We truly appreciate it. All right, all you trolls, we don't want you here. All right, you just gonna come here to troll. Find some other channel because I'm gonna block you. All right, I ain't with all that. You can come here and talk and debate. When you come here just to strictly troll, we're just gonna block you. So GGG, I appreciate Anthony. All you guys who are moderators for the channel, thank you for your contribution to the channel, man. Because like I said, we're trying to have a family atmosphere where everybody from all walks of life and teams can enjoy just football talk. It's all about football talk. So with that being said, I'm gone, baby. Peace.
Deuces, y'all. Have a good day.
Well, Mike got out quick, didn't he?
Yeah, that's a hungry head.